And welcome to this step-by-step guide on deploying a Spring Boot application to an AWS EC2 instance. In today's video, I'll be walk you through the entire process from setting up an EC2 instance to running the Spring Boot application in the cloud. Before we dive into the details, let me give you a quick overview of what we are covering. First, we will be setting up an EC2 environment and install the necessary software. Then I'll be showing you how to package your Spring Boot application and transfer it to the EC2 instance. Next, we will be running the application on server and make it accessible to the outside world. By the end of this video, you will be having a fully functional Spring Boot application running on AWS. To follow along, you need to have some basic knowledge of Spring Boot, an active AWS account, and familiarity with using command line. So, to create Spring Boot application, you just can go to the ChatGPT and just write the step-by-step instructions to create a CRUD operation of student with DAO service and controller layer using Spring Boot. Then create a new Spring Boot application. So you just can go to the Spring Initializer website, which I have grown the here, start.spring.io. Here in the language you should choose Java and Maven. Spring Boot version is 3.3.3, and you just can keep this all the project metadata as it is, or you can give another name, like here instead of demo you can give another name too. And the packaging should be in jar, and we are using JDK as 17. To run our application, we need to have some dependencies injection. So we are injecting Spring Web, Spring Data JPA. I'm using here S2 in memory database, so using S2 database dependency, and Lombok to reduce boilerplate code such as using writing getter, setter, and constructors, all things. So just using Lombok here. So I already created here this demo project. Here the com.example.demo. I created four packages naming as model, repository, service, and controller, and whatever instructions are given here in the by ChatGPT, like creating a student model. Here they are giving some private fields over here, and after that DAO, which is used to get communicate with the database layer, and then service. Here they are given the implementation for the service, and then as a interface, and in the implementation class they provided the code related to it, and after that controller. So we just put this is in the our Spring Boot application, and in the resources there is a file name called as application.properties. Over here we need to get some properties for h2 database configuration, which is also given over here. So just copy it and paste it over there and try running the application. So we will going to run this application. This is the main class, and which is annotated by Spring Boot application. It is used to run this whole Spring Boot application. So if you choosing here a current file, then we need to do this config. We have to come over there and then we can run it. Otherwise, you can here add edit configuration and add application and some details. Like here we are using demo class is our main class. So demo application. This is our main class. Here we can rename it as demo so that it can be run from anywhere. Okay, now we can test this code using Postman. So I just created a post over created a demo one named blank. You can add a blank connection and give it a name as like whatever you want. And here is the first request, that is http colon localhost 8080 port, as our application is running on 8080. Actually, I already started using this, so it is giving me an error that web server failed to start, port 8080 already in use. So just copy this whole thing and put it over here in the chat GPT. So it will give you some these things, like you can delete whatever service kill the process which is running on 8080 port. So just go over here, copy this, come here in the terminal, just paste it. Here we are using Windows, so let's start this. Maybe this will be running, yeah, sure. And then kill the process. Like they are here, we are getting some process names like this. Listening to this and this. So we just have to run this command again. Task queue PID, and here we have to provide PID, actual PID, whatever it is found here. So just copying it, and instead of PID we have to paste it. Yeah, the process with this PID is terminated, so again running it. Our application is started running on 8080 port. Now go to the postman, add some details like this. This is also provided by ChatGPT when you give that prompt to it. So here we added this, and you can check it by Git by running this API. This is the thing you can see. This is how your Spring Boot application will be running now. Now next step is to package your Spring application and package your Spring application and run it in the EC2 instance. So for this we need to create an AWS EC2 instance, and you need to have obviously an account on AWS. So going to AWS console, login in over here. Actually I already logged in, so there is given here. For the first step is this, that after creating an account you have to choose whatever nearby location to your space, like here is Asia Pacific Mumbai. And for the services you can search whatever services which may you require. For us we need to for our us we need to have EC2 instance, so we are so you can search it over here, but because I have searched it over there, so I'm getting it over here because it's recently searched. Here it is showing that in zero instance is running. Go to over there. By default they were giving you the running instances filter, so remove that filter. And yeah, we need to create a launch instance, so we are launching an instance. Give the instance any name. I'm giving it a name what I'm preferring. Yes, for this we need to add Amazon Linux as an account. And as Linux 2 giving you more feature, so choosing Linux 2 as a machine. And otherwise that instance type we just want that one CPU and 1 GB of RAM. So whatever given by default, we are choosing it. Now the main thing over is we have to create a new pair for security purpose. So giving your key pair name, whatever prefer to you, and key pair type is RSA, and format is .pem. So create a key pair, and yeah, I'm keeping it somewhere like this. And whatever given over here, like network setting, you have to keep it as it is, and configuration also we have to keep it as it is, and then launch the instance. It will take some time to launch the instance. Yeah, this is our running instance. Now you can check the instance state over here. Okay, so next step, this is what we have created in AWS instance. Now next step is you have to download the Mobax drum. I have given here a link, you can download it from here. So just going to the website. Unzip it, extract all things. Start local terminal. So we'll be getting this local terminal. Now next step is I'll be giving you this link so that you can also have this. Connect your EC2 instance. So you will need a .pem file to connect your EC2 instance. Just copy the sorry, copy this, this, and here you have to provide your location of pair, key pair. So we have keep it over here in the YT folder. You can copy path from here. Yeah, this is your path. So again go to here. Whatever copy for you have to do, paste it over here. As you can see, if it is a forward slash, then it can be once, but we are using backwards, so we have to give it twice over here like this. And our user is EC2 user. Instead of this public EC2 public ID, just go over here where your instance is running and copy this IP address in the details of your instance like this. Now just copy it and paste it over here. Middle click to paste. Okay. By this, your Amazon instance is getting. This is your Amazon instance. Okay. Now we have to install Java for the Amazon instance. So these are the some commands which is provided in the AWS terminal. So yeah, middle click. this command to install Java 17. It will take some time to install JDK or your EC2 machine. But yes, and here it is completed. After this, build and package your Spring Boot application locally. So go to your IntelliJ. Here the Maven folder is given, or else you can go to your terminal itself and run that commands. But I'm choosing this. Here in the life cycle, just choose clean and package and then run it. It will create a folder in the target. Look, demo 001.snapshot.jar. This project is created over here. Building this jar over here. Now copy this jar file to EC2 install EC2. So for this we need to use this SCP, that is secure copy path command, from jar file to your local copy your jar file from your local machine to EC2 instance. So just go to your mobile stack. Here you have to make the command first. So I'm making it according to the whatever space and word is. So the first path is to for the private key, that is keep where it is. So we already have this path, so just copying it from here, okay, and pasting it instead of it like this. And then the next path is copy or path to the jar file, that is our target path, which is given over here. So copy it and paste it instead of this jar, okay. And then the next is what path in the EC2 you want to copy from the local terminal. So the EC2 user and your public key, you get your public key from public IP from here. And just paste it over here. Copy this whole and in the mobile style just um, copy this path from here and paste it over here in the mobile stem like this. I have pasted so that the demo 0.0.1 one snapshot jar will be you can post it over in the AWS server. After this, next step is run the application on EC2 instance. So before running the application, make sure your jar files should have correct permissions. So we are giving chmod 777 means all read, write, and execute permission to the jar file on the EC2 terminal. So open your EC2 terminal, copy this from here. Our app name is demo. So you can just tap it and it will be over in the screen. So by providing all the permissions and you can run it like java hyphen jar for demo dot like this, java hyphen jar, and boom, your Spring Boot application is running on EC2 instance. Yeah, don't get started on port 8080. But even if you try this on your Postman by using instead of firstly we have to create instead of this localhost, use the IP address of the EC2 instance. Still, it will not running. It is because of the security system update by the AWS instance. So there are two types of services: inbound and outbound. So we need to configure inbound services so that our applications will be running from outside also. So go to your instance and in the security you will get this inbound and outbound. Go to the security group. Here are the instructions are provided. Make sure 8080 port is open in your EC2 security group for public access. So go to the EC2 dashboard and security group. EC2 dashboard, starts running, security group, and go to the inbound rule. Select your security group and click inbound rules. This is our security group. Then click on edit inbound rules. Here you have to add a rule. With HTTP traffic on port 8080 and port range is 8080. Here you can add any IP address, but we are using this default because it can be accessible from anywhere. IP address can connect from anywhere. You have to keep custom TCP as it is and save the rules. After this, go to your Postman and then check. Yeah, it's perfectly running. So, congratulations, you have successfully deployed a Spring Boot application to an AWS instance. In this video, we covered everything from setting up EC2 instance, transferring files, and running your application. We also adjust security settings to make your app accessible publicly. Feel free to practice the same steps locally to solidly understand. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like. I will be sharing this link to you so that you can get these commands handy. Thank you.